I'm Jake Armstrong, and I'm with the EMT program here at Sulphur High School.
I'm Adam Peckham, and I'm also with the EMT.
I'm Imani Smith, and I'm also with EMT.
My name's Rylee Penny, and I'm an EMT also.
Tell us a little bit about this program. What do you have to do to participate in this?
So, to participate in this program, you have to be. We did it like we did the fire program last year, and then so this year we'd be able to do the EMT program. I don't know if there's any certain way you can do this, but that's just how we did it. We just started with the fire program first and then moved on to the EMT program.
I believe the program is also available for any high school senior also as well.
So it's just, do you take a couple of pre-classes to kind of introduce it, or?
I didn't.
No?
I don't believe so.
We just went through the fire academy,
Yeah.
and then we came here.
Okay, so this is through Fire in Texas?
This program is not. It's through ABC Resources.
Through ABC Resources, okay. Well, tell me a little bit about this program. What does this involve? This is more of a practical, hands-on type of thing?
Yes, ma'am. So you have book work during this program, and then we did clinicals with the ER and the Hopkins County EMS over. We started over Christmas break, but you started over Christmas break, and then you can go all the way up until the end of the year if you're not done with them. So during the clinicals, you got hands-on with the ambulance and in the ER, so you get to see firsthand what goes on and put your hands on what you're actually learning in the class.
Okay.
And we have instructors come every day to help give us advice and help us with our skills, and we go into the lab and we practice those skills on dummies and using other medical props.
Well, what are some of the skills that you're learning?
So one of them would be talking to patient, learning patient assessment, learning how to assist patients during things, learning how to take vital signs and basic EMT protocols like that.
Okay. And so this gets you ready, and you can, this gets you ready, and if you choose to, you can certify as an EMT at the end of this course?
Yes. By the time we graduate, we should be receiving our EMT certificates if we pass the state exam.
Okay. Now, I know, if I remember correctly, for a firefighter, you have to be 18.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the same?
I believe it's the same for this.
Okay. So you come into class, you do some book work to kind of get the ideas. You have instructors that come in and help demonstrate and work with you on those skills. Y'all practice, and then you actually get to go into a setting and use those skills.
Yes, it's all very engaging.
Okay. And now, what have y'all learned a lot through this process?
Yes.
Okay. Well, tell me about, and I know there's probably some things that you can't talk about because it is involving health. For say, you said you go into the ER. What type of things would you be allowed to do there?
Well,
We could do EKGs and read the sinus rhythm off of them, and
What would that tell you?
it would tell you the rhythm of their heart, whether or not they're tachycardic, bradycardic, things like that.
Okay. So it gives you symptoms or readings things to look for to see whatever they're there for, if that's an issue.
I think the biggest thing we've all probably gotten experience with and we're comfortable with, that we've all been really needing to get to learn on these clinicals, is learning how to talk to patients and getting comfortable about how to assess patients and talk to them.
So it's not they don't just throw you in there and say, okay, have at it.
No, all of the instructors that I've been with personally have been very instructive and very helpful. If I ask them questions, they're always willing to answer or tell me step by step what I need to do.
Okay. So there's certain things. Say, for instance, if you are working on an ambulance or something of that nature, that you would ask them to kind of go down the line and say, to try to determine what their needs are. Does that sound about right?
Yes, as a few times when we were with patients in the ambulance, they would talk what's going on, what needs to be done. They would ask me to assist, like putting EKGs on, assessing vital signs, listening to lung sounds, things like that.
Okay. So was that kind of hard at first, or is there kind of a knack to it?
For me, it wasn't as hard because it's a patient, and I knew that I was there to help. But in class, when we were like practicing on dummies, that was a little more awkward. But getting out there and doing it wasn't as hard as being in the classroom.
And how did y'all feel being in, a clinical setting, practicing those skills?
It's nerve-wracking at first, and then as the hours went by, it got a lot easier. Just settled down. So
it just takes time and getting that practice in and getting used to it.
Yes, ma'am.
But having someone there with you to help you through that process as well. Okay. Now, are all of you interested in becoming firefighters or paramedics? What are y'all? What is your interest in?
Yes. So last year we finished the fire academy, took the state test to the fire academy, and this year we're obviously doing the EMT course. But this EMT course has put me on the fast track to my career. So in August, I'd be going to paramedic school, and during all that, I'm gonna do my best to get a fire job somewhere, so I can keep that knowledge that I learned last year through the fire academy, and actually use it in the field. So, and if I didn't do this course, it'd be a lot longer before I can go to paramedic school. So usually this course is 14 to 16 weeks after you graduate high school. But when we graduated, having already done this class, so I can just
boost.
Jump right into paramedic school and give me a head start on everything.
So it's really going to get you ahead of some others.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Don't have that now. Are all of you planning to be firefighters? Or?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
What are your interests?
I decided to be a candidate for the firefighter program just for experience.
Okay.
The EMT Academy has been very meaningful to me, though, because I plan on going to nursing school after graduation.
Definitely learning lots of skills and techniques that you can apply there. Okay, and how about you?
I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do for a long time, but like being in like EMS, like you obviously like you go into houses and stuff, and like you see like people live like this, like with their kids, and it's like very harmful. So I decided to go into like juvenile law and social work.
Oh wow. Okay. So how do you feel about this, what this course does for you, looking at that type of a career?
Well, it's shown me a lot, and like now I have the knowledge of like what's in these houses and how it like affects the body, and so I can like advocate for them where they couldn't advocate for themselves.
Okay. So it gives you some background and some things you're able to draw on to be able to help them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you're planning
Firefighter, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, do y'all just have, is this something y'all just have a need to help people, or what makes y'all want to do this?
So I grew up in the fire service. My dad's been a firefighter in Greenville for 27 years and a captain for 15 of those. So I've grown up in it, seeing him help people every day. So I just fell in love with it when I was little.
So it's kind of in your blood.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how about you?
I just always had that knack for helping people. I don't know what it is, but
Okay. Now, does some of the situations that you might find yourself in, does that scare you at all?
It's not scare. I mean, you get a rush of adrenaline, so sometimes you are a little scared, but the adrenaline really takes over that.
I'm more scared after, like, oh,
Yeah.
I just did that.
Okay. Now, you've had, are there some experiences that y'all have had while in this program that you can tell us about, or that have been, really noteworthy for y'all? Made an impression?
I guess the baby.
And baby.
The baby. We were on post, and we were sitting in the back of the truck, and I looked at the obstetrics kit, and I was like, I hope we get to deliver a baby. And they were like, shut up, stop talking. And then the call came in, water broke, and they're like, oh my God.
Oh my.
Yeah. And then she delivered the baby on her bed.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You got to be there for that process.
Yeah.
Wow. How did that feel?
Nasty.
it was not the beautiful experience you were anticipating.
I mean, since I wasn't giving birth, it wasn't like beautiful to me, but I'm sure to her,
It
I
was.
guess.
Right.
It was like 5 minutes. She really did it herself. So.
Wow, so she was fast.
Yeah, every time she like breathed, it would like just come out. And I'm like, okay, you got it.
So you were able to be very encouraging. And,
Yeah.
okay. So that's not an experience everybody gets. Wow. Okay. Well, how about y'all? Have y'all had anything that really made
Not
an
really.
impression on you? Or that you've gotten to do that you thought, hey, that was really cool that I got to be part of that?
Well, my experiences in clinicals, it wasn't anything spectacular. Like, you never know what you're going to get on those calls from day to day.
Right.
But I didn't get anything.
No, but okay.
Nothing
Nothing else. hit you.
exciting, no.
Okay.
I had a few like minor vehicle collisions, but nothing out of protocol.
Okay. And that's a different experience too, to interact with people who have been in that situation, I would think. Was that hard for you?
There were 2 kids involved in the accident,
Wow.
and they were fine, but one of them wasn't in a car seat. So when we got that call, we didn't know what to expect. But luckily, it wasn't that bad.
It turned out okay, but it sounded pretty scary going in then.
Yeah.
Okay. No, was it hard to interact with them? Because I know that's kind of an intense, scary situation.
The mom, she was all like, she was very nerved. She was on the phone the whole time talking to her husband. We were trying to calm her down. I was holding one of the babies, keeping them warm in the ambulance, and just wasn't that bad of an experience.
Not that bad. But you did get that and were able to help that family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, how about you? Anything?
I really haven't like Jake, but I didn't get really any calls whenever I was on. So
Okay. Now, did all of y'all do some clinicals over the Christmas holiday again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now are y'all planning to? Will y'all be doing some more of that later on this year? Then?
yes, I will be.
And then, now, will those be in on an ambulance, or will that be?
Yes, ma'am.
Ambulance.
So now that there was a certain amount of clinicals that we had to complete for both EMS and the ER, but now that we're all finished, we can schedule additional during spring break for whichever.
Okay, so you'll just get some more time in and practice. Okay. Well, do y'all feel like this class and the other classes that the firefighter class that you've taken have helped prepare you for what y'all are getting ready to do?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Both these classes have really, in my case, they've matured me quite substantially. To get me ready for the life after graduate high school.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It kind of gives me like an idea of what to expect when I enter the medical field. I didn't know what I would expect going through this program, or the fire academy for that matter. I didn't know that medical is what I wanted to do, or to help people is what I wanted to do. I thought that, no one was really a doctor or nurse or anything in my family, so I was like, I'm going to be the first one, but I really enjoy it now.
Okay, so it kind of gave you an idea and helped give you a little more direction as to how you wanted to pursue a career.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything? Now, is this class offered? It's offered through the school, but it's some instructors that come in from outside to help. Now, I know some of the classes the school furnishes things for it or pays for it. Is this something that y'all are getting tuition for, or that's helping y'all with some of those type of things?
So for the fire program, I think we had a fee of about $1,000, and the school covered the rest.
Okay.
They even paid for our first state test, I believe. This year, it's only $150 for the EMT program, so it's like way cheaper.
Wow.
And I think you can even do that separately. Like, you don't have to go through the fire academy to go to the EMT program. So it's worth it.
So definitely a nice, not only give you that jump ahead, but it sounds like a financial assistance as well.
Mm-hmm. And they provide uniforms and the books.
Oh wow, that's great. Okay. Was there anything you can think of that's important to let other students that are interested in maybe pursuing, a firefighter, EMT, or medical, taking this class, that they would need to know?
My advice to anyone that ever asks me, like, I just tell them to do it just because it's an opportunity and you never know what you're going to get. Especially if you don't know what you're going to do yet, you just do it.
It's a good fallback to have, like, especially like right out of high school.
And what about you guys? Is there anything else that's important to... Okay. Now, is this a class that just everybody is suited for, or is this something that you really are going to have to work at, or have a certain...
So
gotta have a strong stomach.
Strong stomach speed.
A strong stomach for the job, but for in classroom, like, you have to have determination to actually study the book and know the book work. The instructors are very good at, like, getting through to us about what we need to know, like, in classroom, but if you don't know the material, if you won't learn it, this class isn't for you. I think you have to maintain at least an 80 average to even stay in the class, or you'll get kicked out.
Okay. Wow. So this is not just an easy, blow-off course. This is something, this is for real.
You have to put your mind to it.
Okay.
Gotta try to balance out all of it, even with the other stuff in school. So.
If you want it bad enough, you'll do it. So.
Yeah.
It is a double block, though, so it makes it a little easier to have a little more time to do it.
Okay. So gives you that added time to focus and really practice and work on it. Okay. All right. Well, anything else that we haven't asked you, or that you think is important to let people know?
I think we covered everything.
Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for talking with us about it, and we're excited for y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.